Ladies and gentlemen, I got a special one for you guys today because today we are ranking every single Treyarch Zombies map based off of their trailer. Now, this is no music videos, no intro cutscenes, unless that is the only trailer. And I think the only map that actually has that is 5. And then obviously we're not including non-Treyarchs and all of the Tranzit little variatives maps like Bus Depot, Town, Farm, all that. But ladies and gentlemen, our first Zombies map, get up in here, Kino der Toten. I do have the trailer here. Now, obviously, I can't really play the music here, but man, this trailer was iconic. I think for this one I can, because it's 115, so this was just iconic. I mean, this was at the peak of Black Ops 1. This brought in so many players. 115 is arguably one of the most iconic COD zombie songs of all time. I mean, listen, bro. It added the ray gun. The thunder gun is here with the most replayed moment in the trailer. It was cracked. And obviously, you guys got to go back and play each of these single trailers. This was such a hard trailer. And honestly, this is, I think, one of the greatest trailers we've had. So I got to put these in S. Honestly, a lot of the old zombie maps, for sure, I'm going to be throwing up in S. Now, next, we actually have Revelations. Now, again, this was a peak moment of the community here. This was a really big hype moment. Now, with this map, though, this was honestly more of like a speculative trailer at the time. Again, a lot more people were excited with the prologue, but this trailer was really, really sick. I remember the day it came out at the Z House, I remixed it with like the Harry Potter soundtrack. It was so sick. Honestly, even looking back at this trailer, it was hype. This was literally at the peak of zombies. So going from like one of the biggest moments to where zombies came through and then where it peaked, yeah, I mean, this has got to go up in the S tier as well. Even like, even though it was only like a minute long, I always find that the shorter ones were honestly some of the better ones. Now, our next trailer we have is Ascension. Definitely more of an underrated trailer. I don't think a lot of people were too paying attention to this trailer at the time. This was more of like a gimmicky trailer. Black Ops 1 Zombies did a lot of these type of gimmick trailers. And honestly, I like this one. It was funny. I definitely don't think it's an S tier trailer, though. I feel like it was just really, really quick. Like, this is one of those trailers that's less than 30 seconds. Like, we finished the trailer already. So, honestly, I think I'm going to put this one probably in the B tier. I think it was good, but nothing special. Maybe, honestly, you know, I'll even put it in C, I think. It was average. It's all right. Now, Origins, I mean, just throw it up in S. You know it's going to be crazy. But again, we're not talking about the prologue here. This was our very first tease of Origins back in the day, where they were just showing us the premise characters alongside all of the BO1 maps. This was such a crazy trailer because there were so many little Easter eggs in this. The community was like, what is going on? They're bringing back the crew as well. It was hype. This was really, really cool. And then obviously at the end, where they all raise their heads, this is one of the most iconic poses in all of Call of Duty Zombies. And then this found footage, it's goated. S tier. Or every trailer from Origins is S tier, to be honest. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you saw what the next one is. This one's Die Rise. Now, Die Rise, I do think Zella and Dobby with the remaster made a better trailer, but this was back when the trailers were kind of just released alongside with the maps. It is cool. You know, like, you do have the people, like the developers actually like explaining what's going on here, which was really nice. You have like the scaling of the map. They brought out a whole new game mode. So honestly, I can't say this is average. At least they tried to do something. Vonderhaar is also talking about the freaking DLC in the game. So I mean, it was all right. I think I'll give it a good. I don't think I'll give it any better than that. So yeah, is it really better than Ascension? I'll leave it in good. I'll leave it in good. Now, next up we have is Nacht der Toten. Now, Cold War trailers, in my opinion, were kind of, they were all right. You know, this one, it had Kravchenko in it. It was kind of like a bit of a storyline, I guess. I don't know. It was all right. It was all right. Honestly, I think I might put this one just sort of like in average. Klaus was pretty cool seeing him in the trailer. And then also, like, you had the vision of the Cerberus here, which was really cool. This was a great wonder weapon. So, Yeah, and Mule Kick as well with the perk machine was really cool too. So honestly, I think I gotta just put this one. I think I'll throw it in average. It's like your average zombies trailer. I don't think it's bad at all, but it's average. It's average, and you know what? It does the job that it needs to do. Next up is Nacht der Toten. Now this one has at least got to be A, man. This is the original World at War Nacht der Toten trailer. It was for the World at War bonus mode at the time. Now, this one was eerie. It was freaky. They did a great job with this trailer. Honestly, I'm tempted to put this one in S just because it's literally that good. It is just so, like, it gets you into the mood of exactly what Call of Duty Zombies is. This is probably one of the most iconic trailers of all time. It's actually a crime this is only at 1.2 million views. So honestly, I think I'll put it in A. I'll put it in great. Honestly, it's probably a crime that it's not an S, to be honest, but it is genuinely one of the best trailers we've seen. Now, for Moon, oh my gosh. Now, Moon, this was such an amazing trailer as well because this was like one of those first IRL type trailers that they did with the whole like creepy crawler and then the wave gun. This was funny. It was hilarious. Like, dude, this freaked me out as a kid when I saw this, and I was just like, bro, what the heck is that? This is honestly underrated. I think I gotta put this in S. Yeah, if you have not seen this Resurrection trailer, definitely make sure to go check it out. And it was all just to show off Moon, man. Such a goated trailer, honestly. And also, they were bringing back all of these maps as well. I mean, Black Ops 1 cooked, man. Honestly, I think I gotta put Black Ops 1 in S for that one. So Moon, S tier as well. It was just so goated. Voyage of Despair. Now, Voyage was kind of tough because for what I remember, most people just remember the intro. Because, yeah, they literally played 9 first, and then they played Voyage. Not many people remember this trailer, to be honest. So honestly, it was cool. It was a great trailer to sort of introduce Scarlet Roads into the map. There were some really good gameplay shots. But honestly, I don't think I remember anything too memorable out of it. It did get the community hype. Seeing the Brecci is the most replayed moment here is kind of funny. Again, good moments. It is kind of tied in with the 9 trailer here, so I think I'll just leave it in good. I think just because of the fact that they tied it in with another map was just kind of showed that it was all right. You know, it was a good trailer, though. It was a good trailer. Now, Outbreak from Cold War. Now, to be honest, I think a lot of people were kind of mixed from this trailer. It was a little bit like in the middle from this trailer. Again, this was when they put like a bunch of the stuff in the first 5 seconds here. Not really much that was happening in this trailer. I felt like it was just like showing off a lot of the multiplayer stuff. And it was kind of lackluster, in my honest opinion. It was kind of difficult to even tell what the game mode was about. And I don't really like when zombie trailers do that. They were like really misleading in that regard. So as cool of a concept as it was, it just kind of was lackluster, in my opinion. I don't think people even really remember the Outbreak trailer, so I'll put it in D. I'll put it in lackluster. Now, here we have the Dead of the Night trailer. Now, the Dead of the Night trailer, this one, it has to be either bad or painful just because this trailer didn't even come out until after the map launched. And that, to me, has to be one of the worst things we've ever seen because most people, I don't even think, have ever even seen this gameplay trailer. So this is definitely the least viewed zombies trailer probably of all time just because Treyarch was fumbling the delivery of the trailer at this point in time. You can tell this trailer is only 50 seconds. They just hastily made it. It's so sad because they had so many incredible characters playing even though the cast was so bad. So honestly, I have to put this in painful. It's worse than bad. It genuinely is just painful to go back and watch. Now, the Eisendrache, brothers, throw that thing up in S. Listen, I remember going to Treyarch during the DE trailer. This is one of probably the most iconic zombie trailers that they have ever made. This is probably just as iconic as like the Shadows of Evil trailer. Seeing this at Treyarch as well for the first time was so freaking sick. It was so cool. Dempsey's mispronouncing the name. I remember that. Bro, people were so enthralled about like the Wonder Spheres, the bows, the gameplay shots, the DG4s. One of the best gameplay trailers COD Zombies has ever released. As well, bringing back a bunch of the staple features like the dragons and all that. It was so sick. Great gameplay trailer. So amazing. Honestly, has to be an S. Now, Reese. Honestly, another one that we have to throw an S. I'm sorry. Reese is just one of the most iconic trailers. We're talking about the Beauty of Annihilation trailer. This is one of the best gameplay trailers ever. Ever, bro. Like, not even just COD Zombies. This one is just so freaking iconic, man. One of the best ones. It showed off everything in the map beautifully. The monkey bomb, the Wonder Waff, the bouncing Bettys. Like, these were all new features at the time. The Pack-a-Punch, my guy. The characters. Yeah, this is peak COD Zombies, man. This is peak COD Zombies. You can't say that this is anywhere but S. It's so goated. And even though it's like very low quality, it still holds up after all this time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have 9 from BO4 coming up next. Now, for 9, I think a lot of people were kind of confused with this one because a lot of people remember just this prologue trailer. I think what I actually liked more was the actual Mad Hatter intro. And just because that was one of our last trailers with Avenged Sevenfold in it, I have to say that this is an S-tier trailer. Even the prologue. I know this is the prologue, but this would have been S-tier, in my opinion. Again, I can't play the Avenged Sevenfold one because of the copyright, but bro, oh my gosh. Again, I gotta throw 9 in S-tier. It's just one of the best trailers, and one of the greatest things that, like, kicked off the hype for Black Ops 4, especially the Chaos storyline. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next up we have Zetsubou No Shima. Now, Zetsubou's trailer was pretty hype. I'm not gonna lie. 2 million views, 50,000 likes here. This was a really iconic trailer. You could argue a lot of this hype came from the Eisendrache just being right before this. I like the Zetsubou trailer. Honestly, like, seeing all the cool aspects with, like, the water transportation system, like, even just, like, a lot of the gameplay shots. It was really good. I don't think I'd put this, like, in the S tier, though. But I definitely think it's better than good. Like, this was really exciting seeing the swimming mechanics and everything. And also, the Thrasher was kind of crazy. People were like, oh, bruh, Shrek. I gotta put Zetsubou, I think, in A. I think it's just as good as the Nacht der Toten one. Now we got 5. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, 5 never actually had its own trailer. So this is just the actual intro cinematic from the beginning of the map. I gotta put this one in S. This is one of the most iconic intros in all of COD Zombies ever, bro. The dialogue, he lost. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a no-brainer. And then all the iconic lines. People actually thought JFK voiced himself from this intro, man. Like, it was so beautiful. The way it goes from monochromatic to color at the end as well. All the different guns. Such a sick intro. Like, and Treyarch just cooked this up after the BO1 campaign. It's gotta be S. It's gotta be S. Like, one of the best trailers they've ever made. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on to the next one. Shadows of Evil. Brother, throw it in S. I mean, we already know which one this is gonna be. I probably rewatched this trailer like 9 billion times. Also, this is, fun fact, one of the highest viewed Call of Duty zombie trailers ever, if not the highest viewed trailer. And it is iconic. Iconic, goated, everything in between. The gameplay, this had people so excited. And it wasn't even just for the gobblegum. It was the story, the features, the gameplay, the beast mode, the song. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this has got to be one of the best ones. BO3 cooked up some great trailers, and this is why I think so many of the zombie maps were so iconic. Like, they made you want to pay that $15 DLC. Absolutely goated. Snakeskin boots. Quicker than the eye.
Yes, I would like some.
Absolutely classic. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite trailers personally. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got the D Machine trailer. Now, the D Machine trailer, listen, I think this one wasn't probably as hyped as what a lot of people wanted it to be, but it was a really good trailer to bring zombies back from, like, the overcomplicated BO4 stuff. I probably have to mute this because of the copyright here. But again, amazing, amazing trailer. This had so many people hyped. It was a good song. This was probably still one of the best maps on Cold War. Looking back at it, it was a fun trailer, brought people back. I don't think I can put it in S, but I definitely think I have to put this above good and put it in the great. Just because even though it was a fairly basic trailer, it brought so many people back to zombies, and you gotta give it its respect for that. Honestly, I think that's what made it so good. So D-Machine will throw it up in A. I think it was a great trailer to bring people back. Firebase Z now is our next one. Now, Firebase Z, this was kind of a weak trailer, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Unless you cared about the storyline, not many people really cared about this trailer. I also didn't like the cinematic bars on this one. The Reiki was kind of cool, but genuinely one of the most forgettable Cold War zombie trailers, to be honest. Even though there are some cool, like, gameplay shots in here and Tombstone and whatnot, I mean, most people don't remember Firebase Z fondly, also because this was one of the first maps they decided to bring back the Mangler constantly over and over. So, honestly, I think for Firebase Z, I'll just put in lackluster again. Honestly, I think it was just, like, it's worse than average just because, like, so many people were just, like, not excited for this at all. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Alpha Omega. Now, listen, I think Alpha Omega was actually not bad for the trailer. I think the trailer itself was pretty, like, cool. It brought a lot of people excitement towards the game, like, coming back to Nuketown. It just sucks that the map itself didn't carry. Also, the storyline as well was pretty good for this map. So, I mean, for the trailer, I think borderline, I'm just going to have to give it, like, average. I don't even think I can put it in good. They do a lot of, like, stuff that we've seen before, like the Chronicles stuff. The most replayed moment is the freaking Galvanople. I mean, yeah, I think I'll just throw it in good. It's all right. It's all right. I don't think I could say it's bad. I'll put it in average, actually. I'll put it in average. It's all right. It does what it needs to do. Now, Mob of the Dead trailer, brother, we know where it's going. Throw that brother up in S. And honestly, I think a lot of people are going to also be surprised where I throw the Blood of the Dead trailer up. But, bro, this story with Sal, Luca, everybody... Sal, Luca. They're the same person. Sal, Finn, Weasel. I mean, dude, one of the coolest trailers as well. Like, this brought so many people into zombies that just like watching, like, those movies like Goodfellas, Ray Liotta as the cast. I mean, bro, this was crack. This was genuinely one of the best trailers COD Zombies has ever seen. S tier easily. I mean, it was so exciting as well, seeing this right after the COD World event where they played with the whole MLG multiplayer for BO2, and then this trailer popped up after. So many people were so hyped to watch this after the COD esports. Easily S tier trailer. I mean, Mob of the Dead was absolutely cracked. Now, we actually have the Blood of the Dead trailer. Now, listen, Blood of the Dead's trailer was iconic. This was probably one of the greatest trailers from BO4. So listen, I don't care what you think about the map. This trailer was genuinely class. Like, this trailer literally saved Blood of the Dead from being one of the worst maps of all time for me personally. Honestly, I gotta put Blood of the Dead trailer up in S. I'm not even gonna say it's great. I think it's even better than A. It's S, bro. This had the community going crazy with all the theories, all the different gameplay shots. It was so high quality. Like, look at all these custom animations where they're taking out Brutus. It was amazing. Like, what Blood of the Dead delivered in was not the gameplay, but 100% the story. And the trailer definitely added it to that. So, you know what? Blood of the Dead, this is the one and only time I'm throwing that brother up in S tier, bro. For real, one of the best trailers we have ever seen. Now, Shi No Numa. Okay, now this was a great trailer just because these back in the day with the World at War trailers, this was the trailer with the one song. It was amazing. I mean, listen, I would be a fool to not put this near the top. I personally don't think that this is near perfect, though. I think that this was just, like, A tier. Great trailer. Like, even though I love it, so many iconic moments from this trailer. Amazing music video as well. It's perfectly highlighting, like, the eeriness of Shi No Numa. I gotta throw it up in A tier. Honestly, an amazing, amazing trailer. I think some people might be upset about that, but honestly, it's one of the greatest trailers we've had for sure. Without a doubt. Now, honestly, one of the trailers I did want to throw up in here, I won't even watch it, but let's just talk about it. Zombies in Spaceland, genuinely, in my opinion, S tier trailer. But I won't count it because, again, this is only Treyarch's here. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we have one of the most popular trailers as well here, being the gameplay reveal for Tranzit. I mean, look at the viewership on this. 9.4 million views. I will never forget my grade 8 self just watching this in class. This was one of the craziest trailers as well, with the Carry On song in the back. It was class. Listen, and then also, like, the way you made it feel like an adventure going through. I gotta throw this one in S. I gotta throw this one in as I believe this is still the most popular COD Zombies trailer to ever exist. Genuinely one of the best trailers. It was so cool. It had so many people hyped to play with the frickin' jet gun, brother. How did that even happen? Tranzit in S tier. Next, the Blood of the Dead. What the frick is going on? Now we got the Giant. Listen, Giant, I'm throwing up in S tier as well. Listen, the Giant trailer was genuinely so good. And this isn't even like the gameplay intro. This was just the bonus intro. Like, having this back to back with Shadows of Evil for the launch trailer of Riese was crazy. I made the MLG intro to this one. It was so iconic, bro. The gameplay sounds, the orchestral music, the amazing gameplay screenshots. Like, this is probably one of the most iconic BO3 trailers, without a doubt. It's an S tier. S tier. Again, the story, everything. It is actually criminal. This doesn't even have 2 million views. It was so freaking good. My goodness. Now, Buried. This, I think, is where a lot of people are going to be shocked. Now, literally, I have a Mr. Dowling JD video here pulled up for Buried because this is, again, where they literally just threw it in with, like, a multiplayer trailer. So, I'm going to be honest, man, even though Buried is one of my favorite maps, I feel like this map didn't really have, like, a lot of hype outside of the Ray Gun Mark II being a thing. And also it coming directly after Mob of the Dead. Subscribe for more zombies, Mr. Dalek JD. Yeah, that was literally our first teaser of it because it was releasing alongside the Vengeance pack. So to be honest, I would even borderline put it as bad. Like, it's really sad that I have to put Buried here, but to be honest, it's like, it was just so mid. The only good really part about it was the Ray Gun Mark II. And I know maybe I'm being too harsh and I should put it in lackluster, but honestly, I'll throw it in bad because genuinely, I don't think it was that great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Nacht der Toten. Now, this was kind of a mixed period for a lot of zombie fans. I think this was quite a short trailer. A lot of people were kind of upset after Alpha Omega with this map. The hype really, in my opinion, also wasn't here, especially because this was the finale of Ether. I think the Ether storyline was really captured in the outro cutscene of this map. The intro and the trailer itself, it was just kind of lackluster. I hate to say it. I think a lot of people were really disappointed in this trailer. I felt like practically nothing when I watched this trailer. So ultimately, yeah, again, they're like showing the Matryoshka doll. I'll throw it in lackluster. Honestly, I know some people might even say it's borderline bad. Honestly, no, I'm going to throw it in painful. I'm going to throw it in painful because that's exactly how I felt. Maybe I'm too harsh on that, but honestly, it's just like going from the highs of BO4 with like the 9 trailer and stuff, which was just so cool. It was just tough to go back down. And even Voyage's trailer was really good too here, man. So honestly, yeah, I'll put Tog in lackluster. I don't think it's painful. I think the only real painful trailer has to be Dead of the Night because it just didn't even come out at the time. Call of the Dead, brother, throw that one up in S tier. I already know that this is one of the best trailers here. This was so cool. Our first celebrity cast. It looked like a George Romero trailer. It was so sick. Like, this is a one-of-a-kind, unique trailer. This brought, honestly, so much hype back into the Black Ops DLC. I feel like Ascension didn't really have the hype that Call of the Dead brought in. This was so freaking sick. The gameplay, music, it was beautiful. The cast, goated. And then especially caught for that, absolutely remastered it and made it absolutely amazing. Gotta be up there for real. It's absolutely one of the best. Now, Ancient Evil here. This is, I think, where some people weren't really going too ham. I mean, again, this trailer didn't even get 1 million views. I feel like a lot of people were kind of falling off the hype after Dead of the Night. It's genuinely so sad that this trailer came after Dead of the Night because this map was so good. I feel like the trailer also didn't really do this map enough justice. You know, like, it was a great map, but the trailer is kind of, like, too focused on the story. The map itself, the way it was highlighted, though, I have to say was absolutely incredible. So, honestly, I'm tempted to throw this up even in great, but I don't even think it deserves great. I don't even think it deserves good. No, I think it deserves good. I think it deserves good. I think it's just like it wasn't as iconic. I think it's better than Alpha Omega's trailer. I'll throw it in good. Honestly, I'll throw it in good. It's kind of sad that I have to put it there, but I'll throw it in good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Classified trailer. Now, again, this is not the Classified intro. This is literally just like the 40-second teaser. I think this got a lot of people hyped, even though I think a lot more people were confused. They're like, why is 5 coming back? I think it was more because of the Ultimus trailer, or the Ultimus characters coming back. And I mean, that was kind of it. It was literally a 20-second trailer with 20 seconds of it being just freaking nothing. So honestly, I think I'm putting it in average, maybe. I'll put it in lackluster. I think I'll put it in lackluster. It was just kind of not enough. I think for some people, they put it in average just because of Ultimus, but I'll throw it in lackluster. GK, brother, throw this in S tier. This is another S tier trailer just because of the fact that for the one moment here, I have never seen a gaming community get more hyped about one gun being in the map. You can see it already with the most replayed moment here with the PPSH flashing in the box. You can't tell me this isn't S tier just because of that. The community was so hyped at that one moment. That is literally what made this trailer. I mean, the trailer itself is incredible, but that is one of the most hyped moments I have ever seen in Zombies, so easily has to be in the S tier. Shangri-La, now listen, I think a lot of people might be a little bit upset about me for this one. I think this is also S tier as well, just because this is when they played In the Jungle, the Mighty Jungle. And it was such a great freaking trailer. It was goofy. It was fun. It perfectly encapsulated what made made the Black Ops 1 Zombies map so fun. Like Ultimus combined with the way it was. And again, a lot of people didn't know at this point that this map was going to be incredibly difficult. And so that's why I'm just like, man, easily one of my favorite trailers in Zombies. I think it's not as iconic as it should be. It's just such a goofy, fun trailer. They showed off the Eclipse mode really well. They showed off the Easter egg really subtly. It was incredible. What an incredible trailer. Honestly, you will never get a trailer like Shang's trailer anymore. Verruckt. Oh, goated trailer. Now, listen, Verruckt, this was one of their music video trailers, again, with Nacht der Toten. I think I'm going to probably have to rate it all in A tier for this one. This was probably neck and neck with me for Nacht der Toten and Shi No Numa. It was really Rise's trailer with Beauty of Annihilation that I think just escalated Zombies into that S tier. Again, also with Kino der Toten as well. It was just some of the most iconic trailers. I feel like World at War definitely has its niche fan base, but for sure, it was Black Ops 1 that escalated the trailer game so much more. Because, I mean, you could just see it in the gameplay footage. It just kind of looks like a regular mode, but the zombies and the eeriness and the way Treyarch crafted it was really excellent. So honestly, I think I'm going to have to throw Verruckt, Shi No Numa, and Nacht der Toten all in the same A tier for the great tier. Now, for our last two trailers here, we have Forsaken and Nuketown. Now, Forsaken's literally, this is probably the saddest one I've ever seen. 83K views from Treyarch. Literally, let's just watch the whole thing here. 30 seconds. This is just sad. I don't know what it, like, how the hype has dropped so dramatically from BO4 and even from D Machine's launch to this. I feel like so many people already fell off with this. It was like, dude, they're showing off the RCXD. I mean, listen, the Chrysalax was cool. I'd honestly borderline put this one in bad. And, like, going back and looking at this, bro, like, the Abominations half the trailer. Yeah, honestly, I'm throwing this one in bad. It's bad. I mean, 28 seconds. At least the classified trailer was like, oh, we got Ultimus back. Like, sure, it wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. But yeah, Forsaken's is bad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the last one we have today, honestly, one of the most underrated ones, but still, this one was really popular just because of the way the trailer was made. The Nuketown Zombies trailer. One of the greatest trailers I really enjoyed. It got so many people hyped to have a Nuketown map in the game. To me, I think I have to rate this trailer higher at least than Alpha Omega, just because, like, it was really eerie. It had so many people excited. Nuketown was so popular at the time, with only two versions of Nuketown being out at the time, being the BO1 version and Nuketown 2025. So this was really exciting. This was the third iteration ever of Nuketown. And so, honestly, I felt more hype watching this than the Alpha Omega trailer, which is, I mean, it's kind of sad. Also, I mean, Alpha Omega was just Blackout assets. It was just Battle Royale, so a lot of people weren't really hyped about that. This trailer was goofy, man. BO1 and BO2 had some of the most goofiest trailers. The zombies like, huh? So, yeah, honestly, I think I'll put this one, probably just leave it in the good tier. I think, yeah, I like it more than the Alpha Omega trailer and the Ascension trailer. We'll leave it in the good tier. But ladies and gentlemen, that is my tier list for every single zombie trailer. I mean, it's crazy how when you look at all of the S tier trailers, a lot of these maps are also S tier as well. It's just sad that some of them also are like the complete opposite, like Blood of the Dead and Tranzit. But ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in that next one.